Alright guys, welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 all-in-one guide. We're going through New Game Plus. We're going to do 3 objectives. Get all of the New Game Plus rings, complete Cyrus's quest, and get the End of Fire ending. Your first ring, which will be your 70th ring, will be the Speckled Stoneplate Ring +1, which is near the first Godzilla Crystal Lizard. To get your next ring, the Fleshbite Ring, you'll need to make a jump to this building. Now that ladder is where you would face the Pus of Man and you would kill the Crystal Lizard to get the Raw Gem. Your next ring, the Poison Bite Ring, is located in the graveyard of the Undead Settlement. Now, something I didn't know about until I played New Game Plus recently was that you do not have to befriend the giant again. He's already befriended, so you can literally just run through the graveyard and let the giant kill all of the enemies. But the ring in question is by a well, pretty close to where you get the cleric set. Your next ring, the Life Ring +1, is where you talk to Sigurd before you go fight the Fire Demon. And there's actually 2 life rings in this New Game Plus cycle. There's the +1, which we're about to get, and then the +2, which is later on near the end. And then you'll get your +3 variant in New Game Plus Plus, which you'll want to leap off just like you do before. And it's really close. It's actually behind Sigurd. Before you jump off, right here. In addition to killing the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, you'll need to speak to these NPCs at the halfway fortress bonfire. Exhaust all of their dialogue. This is a step in Cyrus's quest, but you'll definitely need to kill the Cursed Rotted Greatwood in addition to this.
We are well beyond the next main. We are well along beyond that we may go the next time. May the
The Lingering Dragon Crest Ring +1 is found in the swamp where the crabs are and pretty close to where the grass cray shield is. In fact, I'm standing right there where you get the shield. Here's the ring right here. After killing the Crystal Sage Rapier in New Game Plus, we will now have access to the Crystal Sage Soul again, but this time we're not going to use it on the Crystal Sage Rapier. Instead, we're going to get the last sorcery that we need for the Master of Sorcery achievement, which is the Crystal Hail. And also, we'll be able to continue Cyrus's quest by speaking to her at Firelink. But you will need the Transposing Kiln to get your sorcery. Cyrus should be at Firelink if you've talked to the NPCs at Halfway Fortress and kill the Cursed Rotted Greatwood.
I doubt with blessing. I doubt blessing.
This will be your 38th achievement out of 43. Your Master of Sorceries. I actually didn't have this achievement. You can see it popped in the upper right hand corner. On your way to killing the Deacons of the Deep, you will pretty much run into this ring. It's right behind the fog wall and behind this structure right here. There's the fog wall right there, right behind you. Your next ring, the Magic Stoneplate Ring +1, is pretty much where you start this area in the Farron Keep. Instead of going left, though, you'll go right, but be careful of the basilisks. Your next ring is right around the corner from the Keep Ruins bonfire. You'll see the grooves right there in front of you. You just go around the corner here and get the ring. While still in Farron Keep, you'll need to complete the third part of Cyrus's quest, which is get the Dreamcatcher's Ashes. And then we'll need to take them to Firelink and give them to the Handmaiden, reset the area, and then talk to Cyrus again. This is how we got the Moonlight Loyalty Gesture in New Game. And you'll also need to kill the Stray Demon while you're here to get the Soul of the Stray Demon, which we can use to get our final Pyromancy, the Boulder Heave.
So.
Now we need to give the Handmaiden the Dreamcatcher's Ashes, and then reset Firelink, and then speak to Cyrus to complete the next step.
Ashen one, what did where did? Oh yeah, click it would Ashen one.
You can warp just straight back to Firelink.
Hello again. I have blessing. If you bless, if you bless.
Your next ring is in the Catacombs. The Thunder Stoneplate ring is just before you get the Karthus Milk ring. You can actually see the shiny right there in front of you. Your next ring, the Blood Bite ring +1, is to the right of where you turn off the ballista. Where the crank is, you just go to the right side of the structure. It's right there. Your next step in Cyrus's quest line is to kill Crichton on this bridge. You have to assist her by answering her call here, her summon sign. Once you kill Crichton here, you can kill him a second time in the graveyard later on in the level, and you'll get his gear on this bridge as well. This is also how you get the Silver Cat ring and a blessed Mailbreaker.
Thank you for your kind assistance. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Now we're going to return to Firelink and get our next ring, the Silver Cat Ring. Just speak to her upon entering Firelink again.
My sweet.
You'll also get the Blessed Mailbreaker.
If you're a blessing. If blessing.
Your next ring, the Chloranthe Ring +1, is right below Pontiff's Fog Room. You can't miss this area. You'll know exactly where you are. This is a landmark spot, so it's right behind the Lightning Gem. For this next ring, you can go either above or below from the dark rooms. It doesn't matter. I chose the high path here, but either way you're going to come out to the same spot. The main thing is you need to go off to the right side and drop down. This is where all those invisible hollows are. For your next ring, the Ring of Favor +1, which I did find out can always be removed, so it's not like Dark Souls 1. You'll need to take the lift up here above Pontiff's boss room. You can also get to this area from another area where you were fighting these clerics with the fire attacks. This is where you get your simple gem and you fight the mimic. But right here, that is where you would come from the other side. But you want to go over here. And to the right is where you fought that mimic. But here's the ring. After killing Aldridge, Saint of the Deep, if you want to continue Cyrus's quest, you'll need to return here to the site of the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, and you'll need to answer her call again and help her kill her grandfather Hodrick. As far as achievements go, her quest is finished, but if you want all the gear, you'll need to continue the quest here. After you finish this fight, you'll need to get back into the Pit of Hollows and get his armor. His armor will spawn right there in front of the altar. And then you'll need to go back to Firelink if you want his shield, which is in front of his gravestone. And later on, after Cyrus's quest is 100% complete, you'll need to go back to that same gravestone to get her talisman. But that means you would have to accept her request to be your knight.
Oh, but oh, I wear my blessed. If I bless.
For your next ring, the Flame Stone Plate Ring +1, you'll need to travel to the Profaned Capital. Right in front of us is where you would get the Wrath of the Gods miracle. You want to come over here and you'll need to drop down. There'll be a roof you can drop down to. For your next ring, the Covetous Silver Ring +1, you'll need to have gotten access to this lift. This is the lift that brings you to the shortcut in Irithyll Dungeon, right by the bonfire right here. You don't actually have to open up this door, but you do have to have access to this lift, because you have to jump off of the lift to get the ring. Your next ring, the Wood Grain Ring, is after you go all the way down the lift that leads you into the Consumed King's Garden. It'll be right behind you. Your first step for the End of Fire ending is to get the eyes of the Firekeeper. They are located in Firelink in the Untended Graves. You'll need to get them behind the illusionary wall. This is the same location you would find Arena in the original Firelink. But then you'll need to go to Firelink and talk to the Firekeeper and give her the eyes, and then you need to select the talk option and ask for a world without fire. This is a step you must not skip. And then after you do complete the game, you'll have two options: to link the fire or to summon the Firekeeper. You must summon the Firekeeper to get the End of Fire ending. And you'll have a small window of opportunity to kill her, but if you do that, you will not get the achievement. So don't kill her. Your next ring, the Ring of Steel Protection +1, is to the right side of the tower that you had to use the key to unlock, where you had Patches betray you for a second time, and where you had to get the Firekeeper soul and all that. Here's your tower, and here's your ring. Now back at Firelink, we're going to do these steps. First, give her the eyes.
Welcome home, speak. Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we Firekeepers have been missing.
You must continue to talk to her. Select the talk option.
My thanks for the eyes thou'st given. But Firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal. A world without fire. Ashen One, is this truly thy wish? Of course. I serve thee and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame until the day of thy grand betrayal. Ashen One, if thine heart kill me, and I will return as the Firekeeper I once was, as it has always been. Ashen One, if kill me, I will as it. Farewell, Ashen One, mayst thou.
Your next ring, the Life Ring +2, is found right after you kill the Pus of Man that was controlling the dragon in Lothric Castle. You'll want to come in this direction, though, away from where the Pus of Man was. There'll be a Titanite chunk right here, and and you'll just drop down right here. Your next ring, the Dark Stoneplate Ring +1, is found near the Mimic. Right, here's your Mimic right here. This is where you get Solaire's sword. And this is also where you get the Braille Divine Tome. It's right here outside. The Sage Ring +1 is found in the archives, but you'll need to go to Gertrude's Cage and drop down. It's on the rafters. Two drops. This is where that slug is firing at you. And there's the ring. The final ring in New Game Plus is Havel's Ring. You can't miss this one if you're going to go through all this gauntlet of enemies. It's right here in the corner. But this is also where you would go to get the Twinkling Dragonstone. Up there. After killing the Soul of Cinder, it's finally time to get the End of Fire achievement. Do not link the fire. Summon the Firekeeper. That's all you have to do. And of course, don't kill her. I will see you guys in the final video, New Game Plus Plus.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's Pass. Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?